أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So today, the date is September 3rd. The time is 10:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Mohammed Faisal. I'm one of the chief examiners of Nafi. We have today among us Muhammad Adeel. Muhammad Adeel will be going for his RQF Level 6 exam, which is EduQual Level 6, RQF Level 6, 360 credits. In Diploma in Artificial Intelligence Operations. The topic that you have today is event-driven serverless fraud detection system using Apache, Kafka, AWS Lambda, and Azure Event Grid. Design a serverless event grid fraud detection system using Apache, Kafka, AWS Lambda, and Azure Event Grid. The platform should ingest real-time financial transactions event, process them through ML classifiers, and trigger alerts or rejections in milliseconds. This is something that banks, financial institutes, fintech companies, credit processing organizations tend to use it. Something similar, I designed it back in my heydays in the US as well. Same similar structure, but we designed it not on cloud, but basically on combination of Microsoft and open source technologies. The
Okay.
key learning objectives are 5. You have to define the event architecture, the machine learning integration, the security and governance aspects, industry applications, and open source and cloud native tools. The examination format is pretty straightforward. The format is like you will be given minimum 15, maximum up to 20, 25 minutes for the presentation, followed by a Q&A session, which can last from 30 to 40 minutes. The whole process is going to take around 1 hour, 1.5 hour, maximum 1.5 hours, something like that. Do you have any questions, Muhammad Adeel, before we proceed?
No, sir.
You may share your screen, please, before I start the time.
Okay.
When I tell you to do so, then you can start.
Okay. So my screen is visible.
It's loading. Just give me 1 minute. Yes, it is now. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. You may start now.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Muhammad Adeel, and today I am going to talk about a serverless fraud detection system. This system uses Apache Kafka, AWS Lambda, and Azure Event Grid to detect fraud in real time. The goal is to build a system that can handle fraud detection efficiently without needing to manage complex infrastructure. I will explain how each of these technologies helps make the system work smoothly and cost effectively. Let's quickly go through today's agenda. First, we will look at the key learning objectives for this session. Then, we will explore the event architecture and flow and how data moves in the system. After that, we will see how machine learning helps detect fraud with anomaly detection and classification. Next, we will talk about security and governance, ensuring the system is safe and compliant. We will also cover serverless functions for inference and key management with tools like KMS and Key Vault. Then I will give examples of industry applications and tools. And finally, we will wrap up with the conclusion. Okay, key learning objectives for today: understand event driven architecture and how it helps in real time fraud detection. For example, if you swipe your credit card in Pakistan and then within seconds another charge happens from the US, the system detects it instantly. Apache Kafka works with Azure Event Grid for global event distribution. These tools make sure events are delivered everywhere, no matter how big the data is. Machine learning models are used for anomaly detection and fraud classification, like security best practices like transaction logging and key management. For example, every financial transaction must be logged for auditing, especially in banking. In this slide, we will explore the integration of Kafka and Azure Event Grid. So Kafka handles real-time event streaming. It ingests huge volumes of transaction data For example, imagine Visa or MasterCard processing millions of swipes per minute. Kafka can handle that scale. Azure even grid distribute these events globally so that different services or regions get the same fraud alerts instantly. Stream filtering. Stream filtering ensures only important data moves forward. For example, if a transaction looks normal, it can be ignored, but suspicious ones are flagged. Scalability and fault tolerance make sure the system does not break even under heavy traffic, like on Black Friday when millions of people shop online at once. Now let's talk about how machine learning is integrated into fraud detection. Model development using libraries like scikit-learn and PyTorch. These models learn patterns of fraud. For example, fraudulent transactions often have unusual spending times, locations, or amounts. Serverless model inference means the model runs in the cloud without us managing servers. It immediately checks if a transaction is suspicious. Continuous model retraining that keeps the model fresh because fraudsters change strategies all the time. For example, if criminals switch from card theft to digital wallet fraud, retraining helps detect the new pattern. Now let's focus on security and governance, transaction logging and audit pipeline using Firehose, S3 and Athena. We record every transaction. If regulators or banks want to audit, we have full history. Fine-grained IAM policy enforcement. Every role has specific permission, so only authorized people can access sensitive financial data. Encryption key and access management with AWS KMS and Azure Key Vault, we ensure all data is encrypted. Even if someone hacks into storage, they cannot read it without the keys. Regulatory compliance, our system is designed to meet PCI DSS for payment cards and GDPR for data privacy. Next, in this slide, we will explore how serverless functions are used for fraud detection. First, integration with Kafka and event grid means events automatically trigger functions. No human is needed to push the system. AWS Lambda and Azure function handle fraud checks in real time. If a fraudulent transaction is detected, so the system can instantly reject or flag it. Scalability and cost efficiency. Serverless function scales up during busy hours and scale down when traffic is low. So you only pay when they run. For example, during New Year, online shopping peaks, the system scales automatically. Now let's take a look at key management and security features. AWS Key Lifecycle Management and Azure Key Vault handle keys and secrets securely. Automatic key rotation prevents long-term key leaks. Key change regularly, so even if compromised, they become useless. RBAC role-based access controls. It ensures only the right people get the right access. Secret management is encrypted and logged. If someone tries to misuse access, the system records it. So this is critical in banking. Imagine if one leaked key could allow fraudsters to move millions. So key management prevents that risk. Let's take a look at the industry application for this fraud detection system. FinTech. Apps like PayPal can detect fraud in real time and protecting millions of users. Payment gateways. Services like Stripe or MasterCard use fraud detection to instantly block fake charges. banking institutions. From cross-border transfers to local ATM withdrawals, the system ensures safe payment. So in short, wherever money moves digitally, the system can protect it. So this is the whole architecture diagram. So in this system, we process financial transaction events in real time to identify and flag potentially fraudulent activities. First, ingestion layer, Apache Kafka, which acts as the foundation for ingesting financial transaction events. This allows us to capture transactions at scale with minimal latency. Once Kafka captures these financial events, they are then sent to Azure Event Grid. So Event Grid is responsible for distributing these events across the globe. It ensures that every event, no matter where it originates, reaches the appropriate processing system. Next processing layer. So once the events are ingested, we enter the processing layer where the real magic happens. Like here we use stream filtering and anomaly detection techniques to sift through the data. Only relevant potentially fraudulent transactions are passed on to the next step, which optimizes our processing power and focuses our attention on the most critical data. Next, serverless ML inference. We perform fraud detection using serverless machine learning models. We leverage AWS Lambda and Azure functions to run our machine learning models. These models, powered by scikit-learn and PyTorch, analyze the filtered transaction data and predict whether each transaction is legitimate or suspicious. By using serverless functions, we eliminate the need for managing infrastructure, which not only reduces operational overhead but also allows us to scale up seamlessly depending on transaction volume. Key management security is our top priority when dealing with financial data, so we incorporate a robust key management system. Both AWS KMS and Azure Key Vault are used to securely manage encryption keys. This ensures that all sensitive transaction data is protected, whether it is in transit or at rest. Audit logging. Compliance is a critical aspect of fraud detection. So every transaction is logged for compliance using Firehose, S3, and Athena. Firehose streams all transaction data into S3, and then Athena is used to query the stored data for reporting and analysis. This guarantees that every action taken is traceable and secure. Alerts and rejections. Once a transaction is processed, the alerts and rejection system steps in. If a transaction is flagged as fraudulent, it triggers alerts for further review. The system ensures that all suspicious transactions are properly logged and flagged for review by either automated system or human intervention if needed. So this powerful architecture is designed to help business stay ahead of fraudulent activities and ensure compliance, providing a seamless and secure financial transaction events. To wrap, to wrap up here, a quick summary of what we will cover today. Our system combines low latency event streaming with ML-powered inference for real-time fraud detection. The models are continuously improved, adopting the new fraud patterns, and it scales globally with a secure and compliant architecture. Thank you for your time. That's from my side.
Okay, Bismillah, Jazakallah khair. It was a good presentation. Let's jump into the Q&A. Bismillah. So, what is the role of the Apache Kafka in an event-driven fraud detection system?
Okay, so Apache Kafka is a distributed event streaming platform that handles large-scale real-time data streams. It is used in fraud detection to collect data and process financial transaction events in real time.
Within the Al-Razzaq program, have you started doing the Al-Razzaq program?
Yes, sir. Currently I am doing the Docker labs.
You're still at the Docker labs? There are more than
Yes.
800,000 labs in Red Hat, QB astronaut, Golden QB astronaut,
Yes.
and there are more than 1,000 coming for
Yes.
cybersecurity, right? So you still at the Dockers? Okay.
Sir,
I
I am
know,
doing the presentation of prepare
but now
myself
the
for the
presentation is
presentation.
over, inshallah. So you
Yes,
will go through,
inshallah.
inshallah, right? Okay.
Yes.
So there are labs for Apache Kafka cluster, which covers how to set up the cluster, how to do the installation, how to import the data, how to play with it. Those come on bigger containers. The containers that, in the Al-Razak labs, there are three kinds of containers. There are 4 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB, and actually 32 GB, right? So there are some bigger ones as well. The 4 GB ones you can use for up to 3 hours, or if you use 8 GB ones, 2 hours, or if you use the 16 or 32, it cannot go more than half an hour. Depending on if you use the combining effect, there's a cap to it, right? There's a reason of why there's a cap, because this is something that we do not charge. We provide you the environment completely ready for you, right?
Okay.
Which make things very easy, because you can just simply log in and do all the things, right?
Yes.
It makes the job so easier that you understand what needs to be done and how it needs to be done, right? It makes
Yes.
just make the whole job easier. So there are labs for big data. There are labs
Yes.
for Al-Razak covering all these other scenarios. Do perform those labs, inshallah. Okay, that's very important for you. Okay, serverless architecture, right? I believe
Yes.
that you have secured the job already back in
Yes.
January, right? You're already working. So,
Yes.
in your organization, are you working on a serverless architecture as a DevOps engineer?
Uh, Not yet.
But what kind of job are you doing right now? What is your role over there?
As a DevOps engineer.
Oh, so there is no Kubernetes environment yet.
Yes. No environment of
So
Kubernetes.
it's
Only
traditional
Dockers.
DevOps, just CI/CD pipelines, pushing the code,
Yes.
stuff like that. Okay.
Yes.
So why is serverless architecture suitable for fraud detection system? Why is that the case?
Okay. So there are two benefits of the serverless architecture. So first is the that is the cost efficient, and the second one is the it automatically scale when the traffic is come. So that's why we will use the serverless architecture.
So serverless architecture like AWS,
AWS Lambda and
Lambda, or
Azure functions.
EKS or whatever, right?
Yes.
It is easier to scale automatically with the transaction
Yes.
load increasing, reduce operational head when there is uh,
Yes.
not much of that load, then you can reduce it, right?
Yes.
All of these things that provide
Yes.
event-driven execution easier, right? You need
Yes.
to provide better answers.
Okay.
Academically, answer is right, but when you go for
Yes.
the interviewer wants to see more and more.
Okay.
Okay, so explain to me Azure Event Grid in this architecture. What is the function of this that you have showed in your diagram? What does
Okay.
Event Grid, Azure Event Grid does in this architecture?
Okay, so Azure Event Grid helps by distributing events from one service to other services across the globe. In our fraud detection system, it ensures that transaction data is routed to the appropriate function for real-time processing.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what kind of fraud detection logic can be embedded in Lambda? I mean, what can you do? How can you use Lambda for this purpose?
Okay, so in the Lambda, we will write the logic of the high-risk transaction, like uh, when the transaction is bigger from the $10,000. So it will analyze that transaction. So it checks it is fraudulent or not. And also we will doing the feature extraction, like transaction time, and also the fingerprint device, and also the transaction
So
amount.
why transaction above $10,000? Why $10,000 above transaction? Why is that the case? You said,
Okay.
Lambda function can be used to apply rule-based checks above $10,000.
Yes.
Why $10,000?
So because it can easily to detect that fraud detection, because if a person doing the normally buying the purchase of the like a $10 daily, so at one day it will automatically from the account it charge the $10,000. So our model will detect that and checks it is suspicious or not. So
The
that's
answer
the
is right, but you have to understand, and I do understand that,
Mhm.
you know, academically they don't teach you this thing, right? You have
Yes,
learned a lot while studying these diploma programs because these diploma programs are designed not academically, but they cover academic areas, but
yes,
they are designed more towards basically making you uh, better in terms of professionally and
yes,
job based, right?
yes,
So when you are working in a financial organization, the answer that you have to give when you go for an interview, you have to say a customer persona needs to be built first for the machine learning algorithm to identify the patterns of that customer buying habits, right?
yes,
Buying habits of the customer can be because I have worked 15 years in the PCI DSS sector, in the
yes,
payment card data fintech sector, right? And
right,
I have my own payment card company as well, right? And Nafi ePay. Uh, so you have to mention that the persona needs to be built up. Once we have the persona built up, we can then understand, okay, these are the things the customers, this is how they define the customer. The customer goes and buys a coffee every day. The customer
yes,
goes and on certain days buy groceries. If anything, and he's doing all of these transactions within a certain, geographic location. And all of a sudden, a $10,000 transaction is being processed in Tijuana, Mexico, or in
yes,
uh, Barbados or in Bahamas or whatever, right?
yes,
That's a red flag, or in Europe, right? So his physical location has changed,
yes,
right? Someone tried to hack my card, and I don't use my card all over the place, but there was a transaction of more than $10,000
yes,
immediately on my credit card. So the bank, it went through. It went through. The bank refunded me, but they were able to stop the transaction and reclaim the money back, right? So the payment processing companies, they always set up these thresholds and limits
yes,
as per the persona building of that customer. Okay. We're
yes,
doing the same thing while you're doing the labs on Al-Razzaq. So when you do
yes,
the labs,
yes,
the data is being collected on which lab you're doing easily, which lab you're doing, because based on those 6 months data of logs and labs, your seventh month KYC labs will reflect your challenges that you were facing, right?
sure.
Okay, that's good answer. Good answer, inshallah. Okay, how would you integrate, like, give me examples of supervised machine learning models and unsupervised learning models. What would you do? What things would you use for example, anomaly detection models,
Yes.
unsupervised clustering, what would you do?
Supervised machine learning models is the uh, label data. In the supervised learning model, we will give the label data, and in the unsupervised learning, we will not give the model uh, to the
Give me an
label data.
example. Give me example. What kind of regression would you use?
Like transaction details, amount, location, and device and time.
Yes, so that's known as
Yes,
logistic regression, right?
yes.
What else would you do?
We will also validate the accuracy of the model,
Okay. What about
and also
XG boost? What about XG boost? You know, like would you use some kind of extreme gradient boosting for
XG boost.
decision tree making? Okay.
Uh,
After 5 questions, everything gets tougher. That's the tough part. Now it starts, right? So, how does event-driven design improve latency in fraud detection?
Okay, so our architecture, in our architecture, we will use the Kafka. So in Kafka, we will use the partitioning so that will distribute the load across the brokers. And also we will rely on the serverless functions like AWS Lambda. So when the traffic is come, so it will automatically scale and handle the scalability in our event-driven architecture.
So, will there be, is there like any batch processing being done in event-driven architecture?
Um Batch processing, can you rephrase it?
Batch polling? Do you do batch
Like,
polling in
yeah,
event-driven
in
architecture?
the Azure Human Grid, you through the Azure Human Grid.
So keep this in mind, since this is an event-driven Lambda execution in real time, there is
Yes.
no need for batch pooling,
Okay.
right? Because batch is like you gather the data and you read them in batches. Real time is the
Oh,
data is coming in and
yes. And trigger
analyzing
the.
and cataloging and
Yes.
all doing all the kinds of things over there on the data there and then, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Uh, this reduces the risk of the financial loss before a transaction settles, right?
Yes.
That's the real-time architecture. The bank which was doing banking for my credit card, uh, they were not doing real-time architecture, so they lost it. That's why the
Yes.
charge came on my statement, and then they took it out, but it took them time.
Yes.
How would you integrate model retraining in the serverless architecture? Like if you have to do that if you have to use something from Azure or something like that, how would you do this thing?
Okay. So our machine learning models are used to analyze transaction patterns, and it predict fraud. And the models are continuously trained with new data and integrated into the event driven pipeline. So it providing the real time fraud classification, and also events are streamed.
You know, the question I was asking is like, how would you integrate model retraining by using some of these cloud services from AWS and Azure? In this serverless architecture that you have shown,
Yes.
if I give you, say, what, take a different approach of model
Yes.
retraining, what would you do then?
uh, for the model retraining, uh,
Let me give you an example. SageMaker.
yes, for was through the SageMaker, and also the our Azure machine learning model
Yes. Azure machine learning pipelines and SageMaker,
pipelines. Yes.
you know, they can be used for training machine learning models and redeploying the trained models as Lambda layers on
Yes.
containerized inference points, right? Okay. Um, what are the potential cost trade-offs of using Lambda for fraud detection? Why Lambdas are good, like in terms of using?
Okay, so Lambda is good because there are some benefits of the Lambda. Like first it is the cost efficient, and second one it is the automatic doing the scaling. It is scalable. Like when the traffic is come, like millions of transaction is come, so it will automatically scale. And and also is the and it is the cost efficient. So it is used when the events are trigger and come.
So
So
the
it is pay
benefits
per
are,
use.
the answer, you said cost efficient, but when
Yes.
you are sitting in front of the employer, You have to say the benefits are pay-per-use, scaling
use, yes.
flexibility, trade-off. These are the good trade-offs. Cost may spike under extreme transaction load, but then
Yes.
it may reduce
Hmm.
during the cold start latency. So
Yes.
these are all the benefits. You have to learn how to talk in the sense of the customer, the employer who's consuming the cloud, right?
Okay.
That's the lingo that they understand. Okay. All
Okay.
right. So you are asked to deploy, you're asked to deploy this system for a bank under strict
Okay.
PCI DSS compliance. What architectural modifications would you like to make to this architecture you have shown me? Give me
S-
5 key points.
okay. So can you repeat your question
Yeah.
again?
So it's a job-based interview.
Yes.
You are asked by an employer. Let me explain this to you further. You're asked by an employer that the architecture you showed, right? The architecture you showed, this is the architecture.
Yes.
So let me share the screen. Okay. This is the architecture. I'm looking at your presentation when
Okay.
I'm coming up with these questions, right? So I always do
Yes.
that. So this is the architecture diagram. If you have to deploy this in a strict PCI DSS setting,
Okay.
right? What modifications would you do in this architecture? Proceed. The
Okay. So
question
first of
is 2.5 marks. And there are 5 points. Each point is 0.5 marks. Give me 5 good answers that
okay.
give you the full marks.
Okay. So first of all, we will encrypt the data, and using the encryption and our encryption keys, we will store in the AWS KMS and Azure Key Vault. Next, second one is we will use the implement SS control like RBAC. We will giving the least privileges to the user. And the third one is uh, we will using the tools like for the compliance like AWS config and Azure security.
MashaAllah, good,
Yes.
good job. Full marks, full marks. So you encrypt the data, use the VPC
Yes.
points, ensure audit logging, apply least
Yes.
privileges, compliance dashboards. Excellent.
Yes.
Okay, good, MashaAllah. Uh, if now this is the last question we have. Fraudsters, they adapt. You know, uh, they always adapt to new techniques, right? New models. Unfortunately, the politicians in Pakistan, they don't adapt. They will come and they will do, basically, you're from Pakistan, right? So they will do the uh, corruption from the same mechanisms. They will come up with some schemes that they did that they have been doing for the past 15, 20, 30, 40 years. Like Benazir income support program, this and that, Nawaz Sharif laptop scheme, Shahbaz Sharif laptop scheme. So they will do all of these corruptions in the same way because these are stupid politicians. Same thing as army, right? Army will do
Yes.
the same thing. But the fraudsters, they adapt, right? They always adapt. They understand new techniques are coming in. Harvest now, decrypt later, quantum computing. They're more, so
Yes.
they're always one step ahead. These are smart people, right? So you have to be smarter than them to basically handle them. So fraudsters, they adapt. How would you implement adaptive machine learning models in the serverless pipeline?
Okay. So we will implement the strategies like first we will train the model by the historical data, and then we will check it detects the fraud correctly or not. And after that, we will also retrain the model regularly. And the third one is we will also checking the models metrics and logs, like it is working fine or not. So by retraining the model regularly, so by that we will catch the fraudsters.
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 Okay. So basically use online learning algorithm.
Yes.
I'm looking at
Retraining.
your diagram. Incremental updates per
Yes.
event. Stream feedback data into ML models, retraining pipelines, automate redeployment of updated
Yes.
Lambda layers with CI/CD
Yes.
pipelines, include drift detection, right? To monitor when
Yes.
models become ineffective.
Yes.
These are the terminologies you have to use, right?
Okay.
All right, 3, 4, 5, and 5, 10. So good job. Okay, mashallah. Okay, just give me 1 minute, please. Okay, Bismillah. Exam is over. Let me compile the results. Okay. Oh, okay. That's good, mashallah. So in your presentation, you scored 21 out of 25, 84%. In your Q&A, you secured 21 out of 25, 84%,
Okay.
right? In the question 5, you struggled, you scored 1. In question 6, 1.5. Apart from that, 7. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 questions, you secured 2.5 marks, full marks, right? Because you were able to explain. But I always start with incrementally, I ask tougher questions, right? And I delve in deeper. But again, I can go much, deeper, but that will be job based rather than RQF level 6 based, right? So I have to strike a
Yes.
balance. So, mashallah, congratulations in terms of securing 84%, right? All
Alhamdulillah.
in all, you secured 84% in both the things, right? So here is my
Alhamdulillah.
recommendation for you, what you need to do. Okay. This is very important for you to understand and pay attention to this thing. Okay. So uh, you started your journey when? When did you started your journey?
In 2024 ad in September.
So 2024 September.
Yes.
Okay. तुमने इंटर पास किया intermediate, right?
जी.
You did your intermediate, then you joined us in 2024,
Yes.
right? You started doing AI ops.
Yes.
Uh, that was in September.
Yes.
And precisely within 1 year, you were able to complete AI ops.
And I also secured the job in the January
So
after
in September,
6.
October, November, December, after 4 months of study, you were able to secure a job.
Yes.
In 2024, you also completed your intermediate exam as well, right?
Yes.
There, so mashallah, you secured the job January 2025.
Yes.
7 months have passed. Whatever money you invested, you've already taken it back.
Yes.
Mashallah. I mean, you've earned it back, right? Mashallah. That's good. That's a very high ROI. I always tell everyone the ROI of a Nafi diplomas is 6 to 9 months time. You should be able to get all the money that you invested, back in you, right? So, mashallah,
Yes.
congratulations in terms of securing the job as well. Okay.
Thank you.
Now, what do you have to do now? In your
I want.
KYC, you mentioned that you want to go to
Yes.
UK, right?
Yes.
Before you go to UK, complete Al-Razzaq program.
Okay.
So, because if I show you the Al-Razzaq program, this is the Al-Razzaq program, right? Especially part one
Yes.
and part two both. Part one is here and part two. Because you still have time, you still have 6 more months before your subscription,
Yes.
right? So, if you go to Al-Razzaq program, you will see more and more labs, right? So, the labs are coming in and the labs are covering all the core areas. Like, for example, they're covering the domains that we have given so far. They are, you know, and they are given as per month. हर month हर किसी के अलग अलग domains खुलती हैं. It doesn't matter तुमने साल की फीस जमा कराई है. It doesn't matter if you paid for the whole year or whatever the case is. You will get the domains as per your KYC. So right now we have released these domains, right? So if I clear this, July, August, September, right? And these ones are coming. So July, August, September, these are the domains you have received, right? In September, new domains are coming in: cloud computing, infrastructure as a code, Python programming, and the cybersecurity, and all of these are coming in as well. So they are coming in September. August wali domain September mein tumko milengi because we release at the end, right? And then in September you will get more domains: cloud computing, infrastructure as a code, Python programming. What I'm saying is, if you complete all the domains, right, and you go to the seventh month, the KYC, this is where the most important thing happens. So, and this will be continued to release using the location and country preference. So if you want to go to UK, that's what you have to practice and learn and master on, right? Let me
Okay.
back. So you must ensure that you complete all the things properly, right? Now,
Inshallah.
if you go back to Al-Razzaq, you will see there are labs covering Linux open source, this, right? All of these labs are for Kubernetes, golden. This is QB astronaut. This is golden QB astronaut, right? They're there. All of these are new things are coming in as well. There's lots and lots of things. Complete these labs. Because when you go to UK, and if I show you something, and I'm going to show you that right now. So this one, right? So let's look into Indeed Global, right? UK jana na tumko. So the first thing you need
Yes.
to do is contact Adfolio. They will get your admission ready
40.
for next year, February session. You still have time.
Inshallah.
Time है तुम्हारे पास ना?
जी.
Already तुम 70,000 rupees माशाल्लाह कमा रहे हो, something like that, right? तो मैं 1.5 लाख की ऑफर आई थी. I told you नाइट शिफ्ट में मत जाओ. Spend your time doing the labs. ठीक है ना? अल्लाह ने नाइट बनाई है इबादत करने के लिए, सोने के लिए. सो रात को
Soon.
उठो, अल्लाह से दुआ करो, अल्लाह आसानी फरमाए सब कुछ, ठीक है? And then go back to sleep. If you pay attention, right, I'm going to show you something which is very important for you to understand. Al-Razzaq program is custom designed as per your objective. So if you want to go to UK, ठीक है ना, तो तुम यूके में जाते हो और तुमने पढ़ा यहाँ पर देखो, तुम इसमें सब चीज़ें पढ़ रहे हो, इसमें तुम सारी चीज़ें पढ़ रहे हो. GRC पढ़ रहे हो, you're covering GRC, you're covering DevOps, you're covering SysOps, you're covering all of these key areas, right? ये 22 areas हैं. These are the 22 areas. So if I type in TOGAF, architecture का एक पूरा वो है ना, you will see jobs related to TOGAF. They start from where, right? If I have to show posted location, right? 47,500 system engineer. So even if you go as a system engineer, infrastructure engineer, you need to know TOGAF. TOGAF is something that you need to understand because जितनी बड़ी companies हैं सब TOGAF use करती हैं. They all use TOGAF, right? Agile, Scrum, all of these. You see, TOGAF. So model-based system architecture engineering पे तुम्हें काम आना चाहिए. That's why Al-Razzaq is there. Al-Razzaq is not there to basically ऐसे ही create नहीं कर दिया. There's a whole mindset behind why we have created Al-Razzaq. No one does that. So if you go and study TOGAF certifications, right? उसका अगर तुम्हें पढ़ना हो, so it's a complete course, right? So and if you search the fee and training, right, you will see thousands and thousands of dollars लगते हैं, right? तुम्हारी पूरी फी $1,000 नहीं होगी. $5,000 तुम्हारी पूरी फीस बनती है.
No, sir.
See, that's the thing. So understand this thing. This is not only this. I'm teaching you TOGAF infrastructure engineer कैसे use करता है. I'm teaching AI का बंदा TOGAF वो कैसे use करते हैं. We are teaching TOGAF to architecture designer अलग है. System administrator is different. System engineer is different. DevOps engineer is different. Cybersecurity analyst is different. This is something that is important for everyone. So this is just one job, and you see that the job requires you knowledge of Red Hat migrations. So if you go back to Al-Razzaq, you have the complete Linux open source, scaling, deployment, enterprise, production cluster. I mean, it covers everything. You see? So before you land in UK, you must complete Al-Razzaq. This is very important for you, right?
Inshallah.
Inshallah. So that's what you have to understand. See, cloud architect needs TOGAF, senior data architect needs TOGAF, MBSE consultant needs TOGAF. No matter what you now, that's just one domain. Let's go back to infrastructure as a code. That's one. Then we go back and search, right? And we say, okay, show me infrastructure as a code. Software engineer needs infrastructure as a code. Platform engineer needs infrastructure as a code. Platform engineer needs infrastructure as a code. DevOps engineer. See, these are the skills. These are all skills, 22 skills. And the 23rd skill is KYC based labs as per your diploma program. As per your, if you're doing AI ops, you will get access to all these things that you can think of. All these things, these three domains, AI, ML, cybersecurity, and big and cloud data. This is an AI ops by default. But if you want to do further specialization, also specialization करनी है, semiconductor and chip design, quantum computing, space technology, these are different. These are different. So right now you have done this. So complete the labs. The labs are very
Inshallah.
important for you if you understand the importance of them, right? Robotic process automation, system architect, enterprise architecture and TOGAF, system thinking and integration, technical documentation, data science and visualization, big data and analytics. If you go here and if you search big data and analytics, you will be as a system engineer, as a DevOps engineer, data and analytics graduate program, student data scientist, you will understand everything. Most
Inshallah.
of the data scientists that you see online, they have no idea what they're doing. If you ask them, do you know what is TOGAF, what is RPA, what is system integration, what is Kubernetes, what is all of these things? They don't know. They will just say, give me the data and I will show you visualization. No, this is beyond analytics and beyond all of those things, right? Those skills are there for a reason. Go and hone them. जाओ सीखो अच्छे तरीके से. तुम उतरोगे, तुम्हारे उतरते हुए जब तक तुम अपनी मास्टर्स डिग्री कर रहे होगे, you will get the job. खलास.
Inshallah.
My commitment to you is already done because तुमने follow किया, pathway follow किया. As I told you to follow the pathway, you completed it, you secured the job. I always tell
Yes, sir.
everyone, follow the pathway. I've already given you the pathway, go and follow it. You will get the job. You got the job, right? So my commitment
Yes.
is done. If you complete your diploma, pass your exam, complete your diploma, pass your exam, do Al-Razzaq part 1, Al-Razzaq part 2, LinkedIn communication course, IELTS का course तुमने कर लिया, English का exam निकाल लिया. These are the new requirements because ये वाली जो live exams लेता हूँ, they are going away. I don't have the time now to sit down. Slowly and gradually they are going away, right? Just the last month alone, more than 400 students came in for AI ops, mashallah, right? So they are studying. I can't take 400 exams, right? And the numbers is going up and up and up, right? So I can't do that. So we are coming up with, now we are focusing everything on Al-Razzaq labs because this is where you will learn.
Yes.
This is where you will learn because we want you to go and pass and get the things done. So for example, if I show you one of the labs, right? So let's open one of the labs, right? So you go here and you say, yaar, chalo, open telemetry. Okay, it's going to load. जब तक load होता है मैं तुमसे बात करता हूँ. So before you go and talk to Adfolio. Adfolio will prepare all the things for you. जो तुम्हें चीजें चाहिए, किस तरह से चीजें चाहिए, क्या तुमने कौन से letters चाहिए, letter of recommendations, all of those things. They will create those things for you, get those things ready, and inshallah you will be able to go and pass all the things that you need to do, right?
Inshallah.
So if I give you open telemetry, right, and I give you one lab, कि यार ये lab कैसे करेंगे, right? So this is not a lab. This is a question that interviewer can ask. Context propagation across two services. He can ask, okay, explain to me, how on open telemetry you will do context propagation across two services, right? This is a question. तुम बताओगे कि भाई तुम्हें इसमें बेसिक पाइथन की प्रोग्रामिंग का वो आना पता होना चाहिए, फ्लास्क वेब डेवलपमेंट ये हमने पढ़ा है ना, यू ऑलरेडी कवर्ड दैट.
Yes, sir.
HTTP रिक्वेस्ट पे तुम्हें काम आना चाहिए, वो सारा लिनक्स की सब लैब्स दिए इसलिए तो दिए. ठीक है ना? सो जब तुम वो करते हुए सब कुछ करते हुए आ रहे हो, यू सी देयर इज अ पैटर्न टू इट. जो लैब्स जो तुम्हारी रिलीज हो रही हैं, देयर इज अ पैटर्न टू इट, बिकॉज वी आर बिल्डिंग अपॉन दैन फाउंडेशन, राइट? सो तुमने क्या इंस्टॉल रिक्वायर्ड डिपेंडेंसीज, तुमने इंस्टॉल, तुम तो यू विल एक्सप्लेन by first of all I will do install the required dependencies, Python packages, necessary things, grab the open telemetry, then I will create a worker service, then I will create the worker service, right? And then I will start initializing the things I need to do to manage the context propagation so that it is propagated properly and I'm able to capture it, right? Create the main application service, a small application will be created, everything is there. जो तुम्हें करना है. This is your interview. The lab is there, the AI is there for you, right? SSH to this container, start the lab. While the lab is being started, जब तक lab तुम्हारी start हो रही, सब कुछ हो रहा है, right? You're doing all of those things while it is getting ready, etc., etc. तुम जाके अपना काम कर रहे हो. This is your interview, right? So you have to do all of those things. Context propagation, test the context propagation. कैसे करोगे? This is what they will ask you, right? So if you go back to the वो जो हम लोग देख रहे थे, right? So we go back to this and say यार open telemetry, right? So मुझे दिखाओ कि यार open telemetry किस किस जगह जॉब पे मांग रहे हैं open telemetry. Yeah, may have made a mistake or something like that, right? Telemetry. So you will see DevOps engineer के लिए open telemetry पे काम आना चाहिए, threat intelligence वाले को open telemetry पे काम आना चाहिए, staff backend software engineer database के ऊपर local ingest के अंदर उसको काम आना चाहिए, Azure platform engineer. See, so you can see electronic arts, they develop games, software engineer चाहिए, ठीक है ना? If you search open, right? So you will see कि यार इसको open telemetry पे काम आना चाहिए, जितने देखो open telemetry, data observability.
Yes.
So वो जो skills है ना, जो जो domain skills जो दे रहे हैं तुमको अल रज़ाक में, right? These are the skills जो jobs मांगती हैं. See, secrets management, artifacts repository, virtualization environment, data and observability. See, data observability is a key skill, and data and observability, the data storytelling and all of those things, they are here, right? So data system and visualization, it's here. Data science and visualization, data observability. Observability के अलग से पूरी वो है, labs हैं, monitoring and observability, you see?
Yes.
So pay attention to Al-Razzaq. I won't be there to prepare you for the interview, but Al-Razzaq labs will prepare you for that. I can't do that.
Inshallah.
I can't sit through all the interviews, right? But I've created this platform, Alhamdulillah, which has more than 5 million labs. You don't have to do 5 million labs. You only have to do 5,000,
Oh,
right? 0.000000001% of that. That's it. That's all you need to do. Even if you do 2,500, 3,000, you will be unstoppable, secure your first job as 45, 50,000, 60,000 British pounds or whatever, converted into US or wherever you want to go. That will be the similar structure that you can earn. My
oh,
promise to you is already done. You started studying, you followed my advice, you secured the first job. Alhamdulillah, you've already earned back.
Alhamdulillah.
Now you want to go to US, to UK to study, you can get the visa. Go and apply in MSN, applied AI or whatever. Go and do the master's degree in basically in any master's program which you can get. Adfolio will get you in, inshallah, because they work through us,
Inshallah.
right?
Inshallah.
This is my recommendation for you. Congratulations in terms of passing the exam. May Allah give you more and more success. Do you have any questions for me?
अच्छा सर, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि पहले मैं चाह रहा हूँ कि सऊदी अरब जाऊँ और वहाँ से फिर आगे एमएस
Can
के लिए
go,
जाऊँ।
can go.
तो उसमें अल रज़ाक की लैब मतलब 2000 3000 लैब्स 6 मंथ
You
में
have
हो
to
जाएंगी?
complete if you complete the Al-Razzaq labs, the whole 12 months labs needs to be completed. I can't do, previously it was, the labs were done through basically the old system. The old system, we
Yes.
removed it because many people were struggling with the containers, with all of those things. So
Yes.
we created the whole containers, right?
Yes.
The maximum capacity we can support is 10 million containers a day, right? That's the maximum that we have created. Alhamdulillah, right? The maximum that is being utilized is 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 a day. But even if I have to stretch it, alhamdulillah, the system is capable of doing that, right? We are getting some issues, but we are trying to resolve those issues of scalability and stuff, whatnot. But that's not something to do with you. That is something with us, right? But alhamdulillah, the platform is there. It records everything. You have to go through all of those things,
Inshallah.
right? So yes, based on this, go and also go and pass QB, QB astronaut. Remember yesterday there was a person, the world first 16-year-old QB astronaut, Muhammad
Yes.
Abab Rahman, Sayyid Muhammad
Oh,
Abab
sir.
Rahman, right? He
Yes.
was struggling in the interview. He secured how much? 81%.
Yes.
88% in the presentation. In the Q&A, he secured 74. His topic was tough, and he secured 81. You secured 84 in your presentation, right? He secured 88. You secured 84. You secured 21 out of 25. He was 22 out of 25. His communication skills were a little bit improved than
Yes.
you, right? Because he did O levels and whatnot. But you secured 84. You secured 81.
Mm.
It doesn't matter. You didn't do O level. He did O level,
Yes.
but he struggled in the Q&A. You were able to pass the Q&A. See, so you have the potential. Complete QB astronaut before going there. Pass the
Inshallah.
exam. Exams are very easy. Becoming QB astronaut is way easier. But the thing is, like, there are only certain number of QB astronaut around the globe. So that's a good conversation starter. But QB astronaut doesn't mean that you can pass and secure the job. No. Securing the job requires Al-Razzaq labs because that's all the hands-on we can dump over there. It's all the hands-on. If you get practice, khalas, it's done. This is Al-Razzaq. There is Al-Qawi. Al-Qawi is a defense platform for defensive and offensive technologies. That's not available for people. It's only for government agencies. It's separate, right? This is where we are teaching you defensive and offensive, DevOps. It's completely different, right? Designing solutions to take out state and non-state actors who possesses a threat to your national sovereignty and integrity, right? There is drones automation, there is computing, quantum computing. There's so many things in there. Like this, completely different, right? But for you, it's Ar-Razzaq. Ar-Razzaq is for enterprises and for customers like you, students, right? So you can use that platform, complete all the labs.
Inshallah.
You will be able to pass any interview without any problems. When you go to UK, जब तुम UK जाओगे, गोरा ये नहीं देखेगा कि तुम्हारी इंग्लिश कितनी जबरदस्त है क्या नहीं है। वो
Mm.
लिखेगा कि इसको काम आता है कि नहीं। वो काम का सवाल करेगा। उसने तुमसे पूछा,
Mm.
मुझे एक्सप्लेन करो टोगैफ क्या है। टोगैफ पे तुम कैसे काम करोगे? तुम बोलोगे यार मैं ऐसे। बोलेगा यार पाकिस्तान में पहला बंदा आ रहा है जो टोगैफ के ऊपर काम कर रहा है। ये कैसे कर रहा है? हाउ इज ही डूइंग दैट? आई डिडंट नो दैट ही कैन डू दैट। आर दे टीचिंग टोगैफ देयर? हम तो यहाँ पर लाखों रुपए लाखों डॉलर लगा के लोगों को ट्रेन करते हैं। एंड दिस गाय इज टॉकिंग टू मी इन टोगैफ लैंग्वेज, enterprise architecture, all of those things, right? This
Yes.
is our promise to you. We have delivered on our promises, alhamdulillah, and we keep on improving. So go and do all of these things. No one
Inshallah.
will be able to stop you. It doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter, how you talk. What matters is what you know. Yes, the conversation will be, the communication skills will be important. But the thing is, like, for most of the technical jobs, the communication skills become secondary, right? For managerial jobs, yes, you need to have excellent communication skills. You can build upon that slowly and gradually,
Yes.
right?
Inshallah.
That's the core thing. But the skills you have to develop. If you have the skills, no one can stop you from doing any of those things, right? It took us a long time to be where we are right now. Alhamdulillah. So many new things are coming up. So many new things are being deployed, so on and so forth. You have the lifetime opportunity. How old are you?
I am 21.
You're 21 and
Yes.
you're going for your master's now, right?
Inshallah.
So imagine this. I was just loaded the lab just while I was talking to you, right? So the lab environment is ready. The same context propagation. I will expand that connect now, right? And basically expand. So you have all the things. The lab is there. It's ready. Go connect this lab to SSH as well. It is open for SSH as well. Make directory lab propagation, because if you SSH to this thing, it's easier for you to copy and paste the lab commands, right? You can do all of those things quite easily, right? So you can do all of those things. So if I ask the AI, after the first command is executed, the AI is activated, right? So what is this lab for? What is this lab for? I mean, what am I doing? So it's going to tell me this lab context propagation across two services is designed to help you understand how context information is passed between different services in a distributed system. The main goals are it is telling you all the things. Okay? This is everything is there. We're about to enable voice feature as well. While you're doing the lab, it is talking to you. This solution alone has allowed our company to reach, alhamdulillah, you know, 100 more than $100 million in our assessment value because of this solution alone, because of all the accreditations and everything, because this provides you, ये तुम्हें पूरा एक comprehensive setup देता है, right? So you have all of those things. जाओ इस पे काम करो, go and learn and
इंशाल्लाह।
expand yourself. Okay? तुम्हारे पास ये पूरी environment मौजूद है. We have everything there for you. Okay? Inshallah. May Allah make it easy for you. May Allah give you more
आमीन
success. Do you have
आमीन।
any questions for me?
नो सर।
Okay. Jazakallah khair for your time. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Ask your parents to make special dua for me and my family. اللهم إني
इंशाल्लाह।
أسألك شهادتين في المسجد